Hi, I'm Haley, also known as Striker from Lowcountry Highrollers, and I'm on today's episode of Snackin Yakkin with Big Ben Kennedy.
Yes, everybody, Haley Stryker from the Lowcountry Highrollers. I am so happy to have her. I have known her since before she was in the Highrollers. She was what do you call them?
I was a mere volunteer.
Volunteer, and then you were doing the
Street team.
street team. That's right. When I used to announce for the Highrollers, she was this little girl who was hanging around with us and all that stuff.
Camera,
and then
always.
Eventually, I got to see her, get into the team, and now she's skating with them. And as you know, if you watch the show and you follow the social media, I was just at a bout for Twilight just 2 weeks ago or something like that.
Yeah.
And I got to see Tracy again, and I watched Twilight for Tracy. But this
you did?
Yes, I did.
Oh, my God.
I watched the first movie as promised. You actually got on me too. I said 3 people did. You were one of the ones who said, you have to, right? Because you said.
You said
That's
that
right.
you would.
That's right. But we have Haley, and Haley became a big fan of this show with Tracy's episode. She watched the whole thing. And then I just said, look, I need somebody to come on here and one, talk about the Highrollers, but also I like your story too, particularly the semicolon on your helmet, which we'll get into. I love your story.
Yeah.
So I was like, cool, let me hear your story. And then talk about, everything we love about Lowcountry Highrollers.
Absolutely.
So also when she walked in the door, she reminded me that Halloween is a-coming. As you know, we shoot these episodes in advance, but
in the dark,
for you, Halloween is coming in a few days, which is really cool because I said, oh yeah, Halloween is coming. She goes, I hope this episode comes out in October or else I'm going to look like an idiot.
My episode comes out November 12th and I'm still dressed like this.
Nope, it worked out perfectly. How cool is that? So you do. You look great.
I'm a planner.
So cool. Just like throughout the years, you worked at a neighborhood establishment near me, so I kept seeing you there.
Yeah.
And it's so cool. Like I think, honestly, out of all the Highrollers, you're one of the ones that I think I've kind of run into the most, honestly.
Really?
If you think about it. I mean,
I'd be out there.
I don't know. I mean, I see Lulu. Lulu
really?
is a nurse, and I run into her in my other life, in my paramedic life.
Cool.
So I see her, and but I don't really run into a lot of Highrollers because, I mean, you all come from so many different places.
God, so many.
I mean,
professions
all over the place, and you come together and just kick so much ass together. Now, not so much of the bout we were at, but Greenville has always been a hard team.
Yeah,
they came to town.
Oh man, they came ready to party, and we knew it. We worked so hard to be prepared for them, but we knew it was going to be a tough one.
Was it Freckles Kaboom used to be on Greenville? Yeah, what do they got in the water up there? We used to love Freckles. I forget what her real name is.
Amber.
So Amber was Freckles Kaboom, and she was out of the Greenville one, and we befriended her back in the days of Derby, and we keep in touch with her from time to time. But she was like 6 foot tall.
Yeah.
And like 11 foot tall on skates.
I don't know. They be eating a lot of cornbread.
And all of those Greenville girls were huge. Even now, the whole team, I didn't recognize a single soul. Nobody struck me as familiar.
Right.
But boy, were they as big as I remember. So what is Greenville about, man? Is there a rule? When you walk in the door, they see you, they have that tape that's next to you, to catch how tall the robbers were when they were leaving the 7-Eleven.
Oh my God.
And as you walk in, they look and they go, okay, she'll advance,
right.
You don't even start talking.
You must be 5'8" or taller to join this league.
Did you know that the one at the DQ is like cones?
No.
Yeah, you're
That's
like
hilarious.
you'll leave and you're so many.
How many Dairy Queens are left in this state?
This was a newer one upstate. It was had a big giant red spoon outside. It's like fancy new.
I haven't been to a Dairy Queen in a minute.
It's really cool, but they had it you could see how tall you were, but the way they put it by the door, I'm like, how many people are robbing Dairy Queens and running out?
Like, oh yeah, the perpetrator was 6 cones tall. Six cones tall. I, for example, am an even 5 cone.
Right. Single scoop or double scoop? See, that's too many questions.
Too many variables.
Too many variables.
Is that with a cherry or without the cherry?
Come on now. Sprinkles add a little bit, I love ice cream. I got to go home to Ocean City, Maryland this past weekend and went to a 3-day music festival, and there's a place called Dumpsters, not Dumpsters, Dumpsters, Dairyland. And they have the dip cone where they give
Ooh,
you the
yeah.
soft serve
A
cone
little
and then they
crunch.
dip it in the chocolate
Yeah.
and it hardens.
Yes.
That was the last thing I needed at that point because I think my calorie count was somewhere around 11,000. And I was just like, I got to get an ice cream.
Oh, but see, when I was asking Flashley about which snack I should bring, he was like, ice cream. And I'm like, I don't know how that's going to pan out. Because I didn't know how early in advance you got it. I didn't know if you had a fridge in here. I didn't know how you would make that happen.
That's true. But you brought up the snacks, and that's perfect timing because you wound up choosing boiled peanuts.
Boiled peanuts.
And we
Lowcountry staple.
We got some boiled peanuts, and you you brought your own bowls. Why'd you bring your own bowls, Haley?
Because Bad John's going to call you out on the episode for not having bowls after y'all clearly had a discussion about it already.
Bad John.
I got your back, Ben.
John Stout, our used to be our main photographer for the Highrollers.
Yeah.
He was our main photographer back in that day. And he totally
sucking. That's gonna be great
said,
later.
He said, "You don't have any bowls, man?" And look, right before we started rolling, I said, "Hey man, I don't have any bowls, I don't have any plates or anything. I'm gonna put these on a paper towel." And he was like, "All right, man, like we'll make do." And we're rolling. And then as soon as I introduced the snack, he goes, "What, you ain't got no bowls?" I was like, "You shit."
I know.
I kept that in the episode. I was like, "You're an absolute shit to call me out."
I keep hitting the mic. My bad.
You're fine. You grew up here?
I did not. I'm actually a military brat.
Okay.
So I moved here in 2009. And it was actually
Wow,
funny.
I moved here 1 year before you did.
Yeah, funny segue. I ended up here because I got sick. Like bad sick.
Okay, well, good. We can get into that now too.
Yeah.
See, the stories on this show kind of just like happen.
Yeah.
Just kind of organically.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I want to give a shout out to the Charleston River Dogs because they adopted this. It was like a thing they were doing for this weekend. I don't know who they were playing, but we went to the game. And they called themselves the Boiled Peanuts for a weekend.
So
and apparently this is something they're going to do.
And that was like a one-time thing?
No, I think they're going to do it every year.
Oh, okay.
They're going to go one weekend out of the one series. They'll be the Boiled Peanuts or something. Or maybe they did it for a month. I don't know. But I fell in love with not so much the uniform. The uniform was kind of like the green and it had the peanut sleeves, much like the brim of this hat.
Yeah.
But so I wasn't, it was plaid too. It was plaid, like green plaid. And I was just like, I'm not a huge fan of that. But the hat, as soon as we went into that shop at the end to buy the little one something, I was like,
it was backlit and glowing.
I was like, I need that hat. I need that hat. And Carrie, my wife, got a Rainbows jersey from back in the day when they were
nice.
Charleston
So
Rainbows.
I always love seeing the old Rainbows jerseys.
Yeah, so she got one of those. But it was really cool. So anyway, so in the spirit of boiled peanuts, I'm wearing boiled peanuts.
I love that.
And in the spirit of Halloween, you're wearing Halloween stuff. And if we're nothing else, we're coordinated. We're
very.
Yeah.
I'm very coordinated.
We care about aesthetics,
Yes. Gotta look pretty. If it's not pretty, I don't want it. Get it out of my face. Let's try again.
So when was the first time you had boiled peanuts when you came here?
Honestly, I was afraid to try them at first, not because it was like they were gross or anything, but because of my diet at the time.
Okay.
I wasn't really supposed to be eating peanuts. And so I was a little concerned about that. But then when I was not flaring up, I want to say the first time I tried them might have been on a boat. I think I was out on the boat with my parents.
Okay.
Because then for some reason, boiled peanuts are like a great boat snack when you're just booping around on a party barge.
Party barge.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, party barge out in the harbor.
So, okay, so we've touched on when you got sick and flare up. So, and I mentioned semicolon on your helmet. If you can't put all those clues together, I feel like it has definitely crawled into the mainstream enough. Some celebrities have been very open about having it. So it's like now we kind of understand what it is. Maybe back in 2009, we didn't necessarily understand it as much. I had a friend named Aaron Weller who had it. He lost a good chunk of his intestines and had to wear a colostomy bag and all that stuff.
It's
so
freaking horrible.
Yeah. So we're talking about Crohn's disease. Crohn's. And if you know somebody with it, please direct them to this episode. We have somebody here who lives with it, and then that way they know they're not alone in it. Also, if you see somebody with a GoFundMe or somebody who needs to raise some money for treatment, please support your friends,
Absolutely.
support somebody with it.
Not to mention those regular colonoscopies you have to get. Those are like $2 or $3 grand a pop.
Yeah, I haven't
That's
even
crazy.
gotten my one that I'm supposed to get as I get to my late 40s.
Please message me after you get back from your having your first. I get so excited when like non-IBS symptomatic people go for their first just because it's that time of year.
Right.
Like my parents just went and had their first just like a few years ago. And I'm like, can I be your driver? I did it with Nikki. Nikki just had hers.
Nikki
Drew Blood.
Nikki Drew Blood. Oh,
she
wow.
was on the street team with me back in the day.
She wrote me too.
She was my co-captain.
Nice.
On the street team. I just took her to hers earlier this year.
And I'm not dreading it. I'm not, I'm just not good with knockout procedures.
Okay.
Like I got a upper GI,
Mm-hmm.
stone cold sober, because I'm a nut.
Oh my God.
I'm so worried about, like, literally, I was like,
we worried about like not waking up.
correct.
Okay.
Because
that's rational.
fat guys like me, even though I had my sleep test, I don't have sleep apnea. Still, big guys like me, we go under and
right.
we don't
It's
come
just,
back out.
You're a high risk factor.
Right. I fear, but I want to do it. I did this upper GI. Let me tell you, if you do an upper GI sober, it sucks because, they do numb your throat.
Okay. Well, that's nice.
Right. They numb your throat
Cool.
and they have the things in your mouth
Right.
to where you can't close your mouth.
Yeah.
And the woman's holding my head to keep my head in the right position. And I thought I could watch the screen and just be like, how cool is this?
Right.
No, the doctor moves right the hell in front of me.
Oh, always.
And then he's feeding this tube down.
Oh, so all you're seeing is just
All
the
I'm
lake
seeing is
going.
just more and more tube going down my throat. He's going to move out way out of the screen. I'm going to see the nurse standing over here because I'm like, he's just going to keep going until he comes out the other side.
But like, what do you have? Like a big roll of that stuff?
It does. It's a very long camera.
Like a pallet of tubing?
I don't know, but it was forever. Or maybe it was the perception because I'm being,
Yeah. I'm sure it was.
probed. Like maybe.
It was probably normal length, but to you in that moment,
right.
Especially being not under.
Right. It could have been.
I could never.
Could have been about
I'm not
36
that
inches
brave.
of tube, but to me it felt like 36 feet because I'm fixated on his hands, and he just imagine. Oh, it's terrible.
And
Anyway.
you're just sitting there like, well, this is my life now. I'm here forever.
Right.
This is never going to end.
So I'm sitting here going, man, I really do want to be knocked out for the other one, but at least I don't have to look at it, so I probably won't. I'm so fucking weird. Anywho, also the drink choice is interesting because I just took a sip while we were talking, and I didn't really like root beer growing up.
Really?
I don't really like it at all. And we had Barks on a previous episode, and I kind of powered through it. And then that episode failed, and we had to reshoot it, and he got Cheerwine the second time when I reshot with Josh Mills, who's a comedian in town. And he goes, yeah, I didn't want to torture you with root beer. And I said, well, I didn't mind it so much. This is amazing.
IBC is definitely top tier.
I think it's because it says made with real cane sugar. I think it's the sugar.
Maybe.
There's something about it that's sweet.
Well,
and
I bet
it's nicer than root beer.
Right. And I believe maybe like the Barks, like the worst one I cannot stand most of the time is Mug. It's the Pepsi brand root beer.
Okay.
It's got
That's really good.
It's got like a vanilla taste added to it.
Okay.
I don't like that. This one's just it's a classic.
I have had a root
classic.
beer float. I mean, you can't deny ice cream
Right.
in soda. I'm going to try that.
Cream on anything and whipped cream makes it everything better.
Right. So if I had a root beer float with that,
Oh, game changer.
I think I would be
Get you some
addicted.
Tillamook brand ice cream with that.
Tillamook?
Tillamook that's all
That's
I
the
eat.
Carolina. It's North Carolina, right?
I have no
Tillamook's like,
idea.
I think
no,
Tillamook's a
I
Carolina
think it was
brand.
like Wisconsin.
Is it Wisconsin?
Oregon?
Oregon? How the hell okay. her partner here, photographer, taking pictures, so you're going to get to see a lot of cool stuff on the social media here soon. But he only went like this, and she went, Oregon? Now there's Ohio. There's anything.
Oh, is that what it was Oregon?
It was Oregon.
Okay.
How the heck? What kind of E.T. Elliott symbiosis
I
thing
don't
you guys
know.
got going on?
Talking about Ohio.
You never
No,
talk
you
about
wouldn't.
Ohio. That's what it is. We don't discuss
Even if
Ohio.
he knew it was Ohio, he would have just not did anything. He would just be like, no, we're not
He
going to
made
give
a
Ohio
freaking
the
O.
moment.
And she went, Oregon? And he goes, and just nod. That's crazy to me.
And I think it's because we talk about Oregon surprisingly a lot because we're kind of big fans of the Oregon Ducks.
Oh, okay.
And He's actually in the middle of making a sticker for somebody on our Cricut machine.
Oh,
and
nice.
he screwed it up the other night. He didn't line the vinyl up, so it
all.
went off the mat and cut, and he ruined the one piece of yellow vinyl that I had. And now that Joann's is closed, it's hard to go find vinyl if you don't want to go to Rivers Ave. Sucks. It's scary down there.
Yeah, it's nice.
And the traffic is terrible.
So I'm a weirdo. I just learned that they say at Cricut, I mean, only what, 3-4 months ago, I kept calling it a cry cut.
You're not the first one.
Okay.
I worked at Joann's for 4 years, and you would be surprised how many, most of the time, I feel like it was husbands or partners coming in trying to buy one because they know that their partner wants one for like their birthday or Christmas or something. They're like, but they've never heard anyone say it.
Right.
They've just seen the word. And so they're like, yeah, can I get some help with the cry cuts? I have some questions. And I'm like, and I would never correct them either. So that was probably my bad. They just went forth
So the person who said it to me that made me think, that's your fault. Was it Joanne here in West Ashley?
No.
Oh, okay.
I worked at the Somerville one.
I was about to say, because if I got that misinformation, then it's directly you.
Oh, no, I worked at the Somerville one. We stayed open a whole 3 months later than the West Ashley one.
The West Ashley one was doing that liquidation sale. I kid you not. I saw people coming out with the shelves.
Yeah, we were selling the fixtures and everything.
With the pegboard on the walls. Like, they stripped that place. I don't think Joanne had anything to load when it was done.
I think that was the goal. They were trying to get rid of everything.
They were like, so how much for the pegs that you hang all the stuff on? And
they were like $1 for 20.
Right. They were like, tell me something. And they're like, a pack of gum and, part of my hair.
Right.
Like,
a book of stamps and a Mountain Dew. Thank you very much.
So back to your Crohn's thing, if we could. So you said 2009, right? That's when you came here. And were you a kid then still?
I was 22.
Oh, wow.
And it was June of 2009. And obviously I hadn't met Ashley yet, but I was living with somebody at the time. And I had been sick for months leading up to that. And I had been to several ERs and actual doctor's appointments to try and figure out what this was. And they were doing blood tests and all types of stuff. The only thing they never did was a colonoscopy.
Okay.
Which still to this day blows my mind that I went 6 months and no one suggested I get a colonoscopy or an endoscopy. Because at that point, I didn't know which end was messed up.
Right.
Because I was so sick. And
that's what it was, endoscopy, not an upper GI. Am I saying it wrong?
they're the same thing.
Oh, okay.
Endoscopy, the endoscopy is exploring your upper GI.
Okay.
So you weren't wrong.
Okay, thank you.
It's interchangeable. You're welcome. I got you.
You're much more versed in this than I am.
I got you. And so life happened, and I came home one day, and the guy that I was living with was cheating on me, and so I called my mom. Mind you, I'm already sick to the point where I can barely work. I can barely get through a shift because I'm trying to stand on my feet, hunched over. I can't even stand up straight. I'm throwing up. It's crazy. All the things. And so I call my mom, and she's like, well, do you want us to come get you? Because I didn't know what to do. I didn't really have anywhere to go.
Where were you living at that time?
I was in Arkansas.
Wow.
I was back in Jacksonville, Arkansas. So my parents decided, and actually the same day I had this phone call with my mom, we found out a very close friend of the family had died who was in Arkansas.
Oh, wow.
So my parents were coming down anyway for the memorial service. So they just scooped me up, helped me move all my crap into a storage unit and come back for it later. And I moved in with my parents until we could get my health back right where I could start working again. So that's how I ended up in South Carolina because my parents were here.
Okay.
My dad had he's retired Air Force. Hey, Chief. Retired Air Force here, and they don't plan on going anywhere else. So this is where they landed, and they're staying for their golden years, I guess.
See, that's the way you do it. I've been here for what would have been the best years, but unfortunately, no, I'm just teasing. Anyway, so.
Oh, God. Yeah, we were going to just be alone over here. And then here comes Haley ruining it for everybody.
So then I thought, did you really come here for MUSC? Are they that renowned? I didn't know what brought you to South Carolina for the one time you got sick. So
right.
I was
Well, and my mother was actually working at Trident Medical at the time. She's an RN.
Okay.
And she's a much better advocate for me than I am myself. Because, like, I would go in there and they're like, well, it's gastritis. And gastritis is something that shouldn't plague you for months and months. It's like usually like just a temporary inflammation.
Right.
And every time I went to the ER, they would just give me this piece of paper that says I had gastritis. And my mom's like, no, you don't. You need to go in there. You need to tell them, blah, blah, blah. She doesn't sound like that. That sounded kind of like a villainy witch. She does not sound like that.
But in spirit of Halloween, villainy witch.
Right. When she's upset and she's advocating for her daughter who's over here, like, I was like on my deathbed. I was 92 pounds.
Good gosh.
And I weigh like 135 right now as a 5-foot girl. So you can imagine what that looked like. It wasn't cute.
No.
And so finally, my mom started advocating and talking to all these doctors and maybe bullying some secretaries around a little bit. And then I finally got a diagnosis after having a colonoscopy, and they were able to biopsy and figure out what the heck was going on.
So have you been able to keep most of your intestines, or did you have to have that problem too?
I didn't have surgery the first time. I had a really good doctor that was able to shrink. I had an abscess at the time. So I was diagnosed with Crohn's, and I think it flared up because I also had an abscess. So I was actually septic at this point. Like I was in the hospital for 14 days.
Wow.
And NPO for about 13 of that. So I just could not eat or drink anything by mouth for 13 days. That was the wildest crap. That is the most miserable stuff ever. Let me tell you.
I stayed in the hospital one night, and do you know when it was?
What?
When my son was born.
Oh God.
They said, "Hey, Dad," because she had a C-section, and I go like this. I go, "Oh, I'm about to leave," and she was like, "No, you're not, Dad." She was like, "We need you," and I was like, "What?" And she was like, "She can't get out of this bed until tomorrow morning at the earliest, so you're on diaper duty, dude." And I was like, "Oh," so all of those good black meconium, the tar, the venom symbiote diapers.
Oh my God.
Those were mine for my son Benjamin, and it was like crazy because you would do it and you're brand new to this. You'd change them, and you're like, cool. And you're like, right? And you're like,
right, it's
and
everywhere.
then you turn around and you wipe that off, and then you're like, you
find it on the back of your head in 4 hours.
Everywhere. It's like the stickiest, crazy, and it doesn't really smell like poop because it
smells like brand new baby parts.
Right. It's just blood. It's just old blood or something. It just got a weird smell like that. So it's like you don't necessarily detect it from like, I think I still have something on me. You just keep finding it.
Right.
And it's just like, God.
Golly.
But he was, that's the first time, and I think almost the only time, because when Bridget was born, times had changed, and they were just like, it's fine. She can get up, or something. I don't know. Like,
that's what's crazy to me too. When I ended up actually having my first bowel resectioning, I think I lost 8 inches of small intestines that first surgery.
Okay.
I've had 2 bowel resections, just to be clear. As soon as, like, you've had your surgery, you've gone through recovery, they give you like maybe 2 doses of pain medicine, and then they clip it because they want you to be able to not get backed up, because you know how those hardcore opiates can like back you up. So you go down to Tylenol after the first like 2 rounds of pain meds, and then they want you walking within like you go to surgery, you sleep off the anesthesia, and they want you up and walking immediately after being disemboweled. That is crazy to me.
Same with the
crazy
ortho.
Work.
They'll replace your knee, they'll replace your hip, and then all of a sudden they're like, up and at 'em, and it's like, rehab starts tomorrow. And I was like, you just put a brand new body part in me. You put a brand new joint in me.
Yeah, I'm like, y'all just played jump rope with my intestines, and you want me to go walk down this hallway?
They do, though. They make, they did
Can
that,
I have
did that
apple
with
juice
Carrie.
first?
Like, the first one they didn't. With Benjamin, they didn't. But with Bridget, they were just like, all right, get up.
All right,
and she's
see you
pushing the
later.
little buffet serving tray. It's not quite a bassinet. It's like a plastic serving tray. It looks like, oh, yeah, I get my crab rangoons out of that when we go to China Buffet. But she's just pushing it around the hallways. And
does the baby come with fortune cookies?
It should. It should. And
should.
you open it up, and it's like, good luck. That's all it says.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Good luck. You're a parent now.
I have a comedy bit that I do in my stand-up act. I'm back on stage again.
Right?
Yeah,
Nice.
thank you.
Where do you do that at?
I just played Dreamers this past Monday. I played Honky Tonk a couple of times this year. I did a show for the VFW in Somerville, which
nice.
I love. I love those fraternals, those either VFWs or Moose Lodge, Elks Lodge, or
They
something.
always treat everybody
they are
so good. Like visitors.
So happy to like be entertained.
Yes.
It winds up being almost like an embarrassment of riches. Like you're just like, I can't believe I'm doing this well. Like you're like, something's up.
They make you feel so spoiled.
It's so spoiled.
You're like, you guys, it's just me. Like,
and then I'll be at Hobcall Brewing in a couple of weeks, but that'll be before this airs, But I'm back out there doing it. It's been really nice. I can't wait to get back out. Maybe go back home and do some gigs back in Maryland. But one of my bits talks about my son. My son, he goes to Winthrop, which the hat is down here, and he is a psychology major who is 19 years old, and he is in his senior year. He's going to get his bachelor's in the spring at 20.
Okay.
And I go, what a nerd. He loves when I do that. I go, what a nerd. I said, and what's really funny is I remember holding him in my hands, and I remember going, man. And I said, people were in the room. I was being funny, and I said, I'll start saving money tomorrow. It's either going to be for a college fund or a therapy fund because I don't know how this is going to turn out for you, dude. And everybody laughed.
Yeah.
I said, and the irony of all is that it was a college fund to make a future therapist.
Wow. That's kind of like the story my dad tells to everybody about how when I was younger, he taught me how to make his cocktails.
Okay.
8 years old. I'm making him some Bacardi and Coke.
My daughter can make an omelet in the microwave, but you're doing good, doing great.
And he would tip me. He'd pay me.
Oh, that's so funny.
Plot twist, ladies and gentlemen. I am a full-time bartender.
Yes, you are. That's the neighborhood spot I used to run into you at.
He also taught me how to roller skate.
So everything
Isn't
you
that
are
crazy?
at this moment, you owe to your dad.
My dad is a peer pressuring motherfucker.
So it's not like you owe it to him because he encouraged you. You're like, no, that fucker made me this person.
And then like when I retired.
Oh, but he is Air Force. So like that, it's kind of like a military dad.
Yeah.
Like it's you're going to do it my way, militant.
Very
but then
much.
He's got a girl. He's like, oh, she can still be what I want when I'm going to make her be.
For sure.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
For sure. Me and my dad have a very healthy relationship.
I know.
Just to make that clear.
He's going to watch this.
Just to make that clear.
Is it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. You should hear me and my dad fight. Oh, it's next level.
That's awesome.
Like, he used to do the, oh, shoot, what was it called? The Chillin' Station Shave Ice. It was set up in Monk's Corner pretty permanently across from the Walmart for a while.
Okay.
And we did a few years of Flower Town together when he first this was like when he first retired and he didn't know what to do with himself.
Gotcha.
So he started this Chillin' Station, Shave Ice Little Hustle. And I worked a grand total of 2 Flower Towns before I was like, we cannot work together. Because he wanted me like at the window doing the money, taking the orders, right? And it would be me at the window doing the customer thing, and then him and another guy doing the Shave Ice stuff. So I'm over here trying to get orders and counting out money, and he's yelling at me, what was that last one? While I'm counting money. And I'm like, Dad, please don't yell at me while I'm counting money. Like, it wasn't just like he was just yelling because it was loud. He was asking me. It was like a frustrated question. And I'm over here like, don't yell at me while I'm counting change back, Dad. And you can't count change while being yelled at. You don't need to be here. Which is funny because bartending, I'm usually counting change while getting yelled at.
If you're 15 minutes early, you're 15 minutes late.
Yep.
Now.
Wild.
You reminded me, Carrie and I worked at the same place only one time in our life. We worked at a pharmacy together. She was a pharmacy tech behind the counter, and I was a delivery driver. And this is for a neighborhood pharmacy back in Catonsville, Maryland.
Word.
And we had gotten pregnant with Benjamin, and that was when I found out. I was like, at least at this juncture, we should not be working together. Like, we work together like this and we do well, but also this is now 20 years later. Yeah, because he's 19. So, yeah, this was 20 years.
Y'all had practice.
She got pregnant with him, and it was like crosshairs lock on target. I was getting kind of like, not yelled at, but I was getting shit at home. And then when I came to work, she like freaking like tracked me coming in the door and like laid into me. And I was like,
Continued the shit.
I was like, sweetie, we are at work. Like, what are you doing? Like, nobody here cares about the dishes incident this morning. Like, why are we doing this here? And then I looked at her and I said, I think I need to go back to a job I used to have, which was working with the developmentally disabled.
Okay.
I've that population, they're so near and dear to me. I miss them all the time. So, and you have a little cheerleader who I saw at your thing. She has Down syndrome. She was big fan of the High Rollers.
She hasn't been around in a while.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
remember who you're talking about.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, I can't remember her name.
Yep. I think it was Shell's Bells, one of Shell's Bells people.
Yeah, it was definitely one of Shell's Bells.
Yeah.
Shell's Bells still pops up every now and then.
I would love
at
to
the
have seen her, but
games.
boy, did we have a reunion
Oh
out of
my
nowhere.
God, Red Dread showed up.
Nobody
I
coordinated
was standing
this.
off to the side all awkward, and she spotted me and came running. Red Dread, the Red Dread came running towards me. And I literally looked behind me, make sure that she was running to me and not have one of those awkward moments. And she's like, hi. I was like, I didn't know if you would remember me, because I felt like very insignificant back when she was in her prime with Derby.
She was the originals, right? I mean, she was one of the founding.
OGs.
Yeah, she's a founding member.
I still love that picture that she did for the article where she's got like her fist out.
Yeah.
That picture of her is so iconic in my brain.
Do you remember? You remember I went and did their
Yeah, the whole proposal thing.
Yeah.
And like I feel like mostly nobody knew, but I think right before it happened, it started trickling out.
Yeah, Mama Q, you remember her?
Mm-hmm.
She was the one who reached out to me. Hey, Mike's got this idea. And then I reached out to Mike. He's like, here's my idea. But you can't tell anybody.
Right.
And Mama Q's like, you can't even tell your wife, because your wife works with catecholamine.
Oh, yeah.
And we don't want this getting out.
Nope.
So I said, I promise. We get down to the day. And I'm pacing at the house. And she's like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, I'm nervous.
I'm going to screw this up.
I got to tell you something. I said, you can't tell anybody. And she's like, okay. And then I just laid the whole thing out. And she was like, that's so, oh my God. She's like, it's so amazing that they asked you to be a part of this and you're going to do great. And I was like, you think? And she's like, yeah. And it went off. I mean, absolutely perfectly.
Flawless. That was amazing. And then I remember they had like their formal wedding, but then they had like the Derby wedding downtown, and it was pouring down rain, if I recall that day. And it was a voodoo themed wedding.
That's so cool.
And
especially for his name.
And then I think T-Bone.
Oh, Teresa T-Bone. I love her.
She led it. Like what is it called? Officiated. Yeah. I don't know what I was trying to say. I was trying to say some weird word.
She reverend it, but she's not a reverend.
Right. And then she like made them jump the broom and everything.
Oh, that's cool.
It was so great. I had like a tutu on with skulls on it.
That's so cool.
That's all I remember about wearing what I wore to that. That was such a fun day. And then she had like her own merch, the cups.
Yeah, we were invited to the
anymore.
formal one at IOP, on the beach house on Isle of Palms or Sullivan's, or was it Folly? Folly. There's the beach house on Folly.
Red's a Folly girl.
And it was on the beach.
Yeah.
And so we went to that one.
Yeah.
And that was a lot of fun.
Well, and I totally understand not wanting to have like the full Derby community out there for that.
Yeah. So I went to the official one and then never went to that other one.
You didn't go to the other one?
Didn't go to the other one. I don't know why. I might have been busy. I mean, not busy, but I don't know.
But, I only remember, the only reason why I remember it was pouring down rain is because parking on Folly, already a shit show, and then having to run in the rain, dressed up, in a tutu with skulls on it, just running down, like Folly Road to this little restaurant that they had it at. It was like in the upstairs of some seafood place.
Got you.
But that was fun.
So you're the marketing, you're the social media, you're the person for the High Rollers now?
I am the marketing committee chairperson.
Okay. You're the one doing all the videos on social media. You're doing all the
Yes.
fun stuff.
It's me and then my team of marketing people.
You understand how jealous I am of things like that because that is the one thing I struggle with. I do not have
Like TikToks? Or
I
like
don't
trending
have that
stuff?
mind. Like I just don't. I'm a creative person. I've put this whole show together and I can put the clips on social media from this show
Right.
and they're good. They do well. Thousands of views all the time. Those little fun ones where like the Jet 2 holiday bullshit, I
Yeah.
can never do I can never figure out
What works with the sound?
how to do those, or like I don't think in that way or something. And I wish, I don't know, I wish I could like take a class or something or just kind of understand it. It's such a weird thing that my brain, I see these trends and I'll watch them. I love them,
Yeah.
but never in my mind do I think,
You can't
man,
figure out how to like.
I'll do one for my show.
Right.
Cannot figure that part out. It doesn't register. It doesn't click. And I don't know why.
I wonder if it's just because you have like more of like talking in person content and less like
Yeah, I mean,
doing stuff.
doing
like,
this, doing stand up. I just don't have that. I don't have that make a skit. I don't have that. The one you did with the shit, you drop in the
my mouth guard
mouth guard and it bouncing halfway through the freaking convention center.
all over that Coliseum.
Right.
That was my actual mouth guard. too,
And
by
it's
the way.
funny. Like
I soaked it for 3 days after.
I loved it. And you did the other one where you you had the like, okay, when the police do the thing where they kick the water bottle, and she kicks it back. The girl who kicks the water bottle off the top of the punching bag or the whatever, and then they keep kicking it back, and everybody keeps doing these trends, and it's like you have a mind to like jump on those things. But I think if I did, I could push my social media presence to the next level, and I could get more views for the show.
And you'd probably hit a whole another demographic with it too.
I just wish I could figure that
But
part out.
I either will hear the sound and automatically think, oh, that sound would be hilarious if we did X, Y, Z. Or I'll see another derby team do a trend and I'm like, oh, that's good. But I think it would be better if when we do it this way. So I always try to change it up a little bit. But there is something with like trending TikToks that like you want to try and keep the same vibe going,
Right.
but tweak it just enough to make it your own. And so me and Little Strawberry Shortcake, she does a lot of good of the trending. She was the little one with pink all over. I don't know if her dad was there. I think he was. But when her dad is there, he always has like a button-up short sleeve shirt and it's pink with strawberries all over it.
Okay.
She has a very super supportive family. She's super sweet. And then we've got Chris Powell, who is an actual content creator, and he is the partner of Junkyard Jewel. And he helps us a lot with like the more action-y type, like pulled from footage and stuff. He does all those kinds of TikToks for us. And he gives us a lot of good pointers just as a content creator that does it for a living. So we are so lucky to have him. So he's helped us a lot with what our channel needs and what kinds of things to do. And then we just kind of started running with it.
And so I'm just gotta hunker down for it because
I think you just need to watch more TikTok.
yeah, because what happens for me is I get on a trend or I get on a creator and then I just watch them.
Oh yeah.
So I don't watch, like, I don't click on the hashtags. I don't follow down the line.
What you need to do is next time you find a trend that you like, you need to click on the sound and see if it's a trend that way.
Okay.
And then you can see how other people are utilizing that sound.
Okay. Because, I mean, the only time I ever jumped in was the Ice Bucket Challenge, and
golly, that was forever.
that's a long time ago. I never really join in those things. I want to, but I don't.
That's like, what were those called?
It was for ALS awareness,
Yeah, it was
right?
for ALS, but like it was like a challenge, Ice Bucket Challenge.
Yeah, that's the last time
Challenges, I don't feel like people do challenges that much anymore.
No,
except,
they
like,
don't.
Little children's do that.
Because, like, I do know, I'm not a dancer, but I do know how to dance. I do have some rhythm for a big white guy. And all those dance ones, it's like, I could totally do that.
TikTok,
but I never think to do it. And especially doing
You
it like
need-
on this set.
I'll
like,
try and look for a good sound that you can do a TikTok dance that would make sense for your brand. And
Yeah.
you'll have to do it.
Yeah. That's true. I mean, it's something I don't know. It's one of
It's
those
just
things.
all about making it make sense for what you're doing.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm envious. If you have not checked out Lowcountry Highrollers, I mean, simply put, at Lowcountry Highrollers, there was no other ones, so there's no like need for numbers. There's no need for anything. That is the social media
You're
handle
isolated.
for all social media.
Yep.
Just the same as I was able to snag at Snackin Yakkin, and I was able to back in the day snag at Big Ben Kennedy, although I changed it over. Now it's BBK Comedy. Just, I didn't think that one through, but
Wow.
yeah. I just wanted to be the comedy part and didn't want to worry about everybody having to try to figure out how to spell Kennedy because they surprisingly can't.
I was about to say people can't spell Kennedy, and I'm like, who am I talking about?
Right.
Like, people can't spell worth a damn.
I
these
got a
days,
piece
just in general.
I got a piece of mail one time made to BenGerman, Ben German, last name Canady. I almost framed it. I was like, who the fuck is that? It's Benjamin Kennedy.
Benjamin.
Kennedy.
I love that.
But it's not Benjamin Kennedy.
Benjamin.
Meanwhile, I tell people, I say, hey, they say, what's your name?
That's a special level of what the fuck.
They say, what's your name? I say, Benjamin like Franklin, Kennedy like John F. And they go, can you spell it? I'm like, good God.
I cannot.
Yeah. I'm like, come on, people. Now, it is much more of a southern thing than a northern thing, but it's still
Benjamin.
Ben German. Only on the mom's side, and by I think a quarter.
See, I am still clueless with my genealogy because my grandfather, on my mother's side, he got really into like that ancestry.com and doing all that stuff and backtracking. And I've tried to do this research based on what he has said, and it makes no freaking sense to me. He says we come from a big list of Black Dutch, and I don't know what the hell that is.
Well, I think when it comes to Europeans, black means brunette or dark-haired. So Black Irish is like Colin Farrell would be Black Irish.
Okay.
Whereas the rest of Ireland would look like
not that.
I mean,
right.
like you can find a million people in Ireland who look like Brendan Gleeson, who are big, stocky,
right.
short-nosed, yeah. You find a lot of people like that. Even though Seamus is a blonde, he doesn't have hair that red, but he's like a blondish red,
right?
Naturally. But then you have Colin Farrell. He's like the outlier. You will find a person who's that Black Irish, and I think that's what they call is Black Irish. Even though you're like, wait a second.
Yeah, I was so confused.
So can I walk around saying the N-word now? No,
yeah, no. And then I know there's a big dispute on my father's side. My dad says we're Irish, and my grandfather on my dad's side, they got into a whole fight about it. He goes, "No, we're Scottish." I'm like, "Is it that big of a damn difference?"
Over there, it is.
It is to them, yes. But and then I think it was. I don't even know who it was. It was one of my parents did the little test where you send it off, send your DNA, and
I never
have it
did
analyzed. And it's just 50 shades of white people. I'm like, I got nothing exciting. There's no indigenous in there, no islander, nothing. It's just like Scottish, Irish, Norwegian. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, we were going to.
Different flavors of Caucasian.
I said to Carrie, I was like, can I at least keep something that is mine before I leave this world? Because it's like your social security number, your blood type, your DNA. Like, can I have something that I leave this world with that isn't in a database somewhere?
Right.
But I contemplated it, but then it shut down. I think 23andMe is gone, right? So then where'd all that shit go?
Probably right. They sold it to third parties for sure.
Right. There you go.
Rude.
So the insurance company is
I
going...
blame 23andMe for why my debit cards keep getting hacked.
Well, then the insurance company, like some kind of Minority Report, 3 people floating in fucking goo, is going to be able to reach out to you and go, hey, about your Crohn's disease. And you're like, I don't have Crohn's disease. And then in fucking 2 years you do because you had some kind of markers for it that you didn't know.
Right.
Yeah, I find that bullshit.
That is bullshit.
Bullshit. Because then my hypochondriac ass fucking write me.
I know.
Write me and say, hey, so about your cancer. I'm like, what? What? No.
What? Wait, who's calling?
So, yeah, that's because it's like, oh, he should be developing cancer in 3 to 5 years. Because they just have your genealogy, but they have your whole entire thing.
Everything. Literally
like
have everything.
Whether or not you're lactose intolerant, they can figure out all that stuff from your DNA.
Yeah, there's like everything.
Oh, you have a sensitivity to peanuts or whatever, you know?
Don't forget the criminal genetic relations.
Oh, yeah. So then half my family members could be going to jail because they use my DNA to find them. That's another thing that they do.
Oh, shit.
Have you ever seen, they called the Golden State Killer because they found not his daughters, they found a brother of his or something, a nephew of his. They traced it to where they said it would be a nephew in this family, and then 2 of his brothers were deceased, and they like narrowed it down and they found him. That's craziness. Now,
that sounds like
I'm not saying that my family members
don't
don't need to freaking go to jail if they did something so heinous, but like I don't want to cause problems within my family due to the fact that I gave DNA, you know, like
right.
what if they're mistaken thing, you know, now they're rotting in jail. And they're like, how did this happen?
Because you wanted to find out what type of white you were.
Exactly. They're motherfucker, you know you're white. You know where you're from.
And now your third, second cousin, twice removed, Josiah, is getting punished for literally no reason.
Do you know who my third cousin 3 times removed is?
Do I want to know?
It's John F. Kennedy Jr. John F. Kennedy. No, Jr. is my 4th cousin. But John F. Kennedy is my 3rd cousin 3 times removed.
That's wild work.
Isn't that wild?
That's wild work.
Yeah. So anyway,
we don't lay claim to the other initialed Kennedy.
Yeah.
The other Kennedy.
Yeah, fuck RFK Jr. Fucking wackadoo.
He's from the Western Kennedys.
They are west of us. Yeah.
We don't know.
They're New Ross and we're Our Lady's Island. But yeah, we're 35 minutes from each other. They were cousins. Well, like my 4th great grandfather is JFK's 3rd great grandfather. And that's how we're related.
That's so crazy.
Yeah. So yeah.
We got nothing cool.
And then when I do this and you see that damn Kennedy hair.
Look at that.
You say, oh my gosh, wait a second. He's got that hairline, that widow's peak and that shit like the Kennedys.
I've got a widow's peak. It's gnarly as shit. I used to shave it in 5th grade and get bullied for it.
Why would you do that?
Let me tell you. Back again. My father told me one day.
So you really have a good relationship with him because everything seems like daddy issue a touch.
I mean, probably a little bit, but I really do love my dad. Actually, I can prove it to you.
Okay.
My hold on.
I'll tell your story first, though.
Okay, hold on. I can talk and do both.
All right.
My dad told me. I think it was a combination of my dad and my brother tag teaming me about having an Eddie Munster widow's peak.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's creepy.
And so, you know, the tender age of fucking 12, I'm in shaving my widow's peak to make it look normal. But you can't shave a widow's peak and make it look normal.
No.
You need to wax that for that to even try and look normal.
But if you shave it, you lose the long hairs. So now you're kind of thinner. I think straight to the back, right?
I mean, it just looked like
and then when
permanent
it comes back,
patch of stubble.
Yeah,
right?
when it comes back, it's just baby hairs off the
That's
tip
me
of your
and
head.
my dad. He's the wallpaper on my phone.
Oh, it timed out.
There's a picture. I'll have to send you the picture of him showing me how to skate when I was like 2 or 3.
That's a handsome guy, though. Man. I mean,
my dad is a super handsome guy.
That's what I'm saying. You're a pretty girl, handsome. And that's the one thing when you have a kid, you know, I'm not hot by any stretch, but I'm attractive, man. You know, I have no problem.
You're not ugly.
And my wife, beautiful, topaz blue eyes. When you're having a baby, you say, man, I just want them to be healthy. It doesn't matter if they're a boy or a girl. horse shit. You're like, I want them to be attractive. Because it's a hard road to hoe if you're not attractive in this life. I'm sorry. I mean, you could do a lot, but you want your kids to be attractive. So when you have like a good-looking dad, good-looking mom, like, please let the baby just be attractive.
Yeah. At least 50% of what y'all look like.
Something, right?
Meet us halfway.
Right. Because, I mean, you see not so attractive babies in public, and you're polite. You're like, oh, but like part of you's like, oh, shit. I hope it turns out. Like, I hope.
Yeah.
You know, I hope.
There's always that chance.
I hope glasses fix those for you. Like, it.
There's always that chance they're gonna have a tail. You know, shit happens. But you love it anyway.
So that's what I'm saying.
But my dad walked around all the time when I was first born, because I hear this story from all my uncles and stuff, and he was so proud of me when I was born. He's like, I made that.
Oh, I never was like that, but I can see a lot of guys being like that.
He acts like he's a tough guy, but he's just a stud muffin, like hard on the outside, and he's a fucking softie.
That's awesome.
He is a softie, and I love it.
Yeah, I'm soft. I'm just soft.
Soft.
I'm a soft person, and then when you hug me, I'm just soft. Yeah, okay. That's my daughter in the other room, in the office, and I said, you know what? I threaten to beat her up all the time. Like, I'm that dad. I love to threaten violence on my kids that I'll never do.
My dad taught me how to box.
So she tells me, well, I said, how about you do this? And she's like, no. And I said, why don't you come over here so I can kick you through that front window, please?
Yep.
You know, I do like that.
Yep.
Come over here so I can kick you right through that front window. I said, come here. Come stay right in front of my foot. I'm going to kick you right through that front window. She goes, no, you won't. I said, why? She goes, because you're soft.
Ooh.
And I said, you want to find out? She's like, you can't do it. You're too much of a sweetheart. Like, she's calling me out. She's like 9. You can't do it. You're too sweet. Too much of a sweetheart.
Hey, she's an excellent judgment of character, and that's going to take her far.
Now, meanwhile, she's in Taekwondo, and
yes, as she should be.
Right. I said, man,
my dad.
She needs to be a butt kicker, because I would love to threaten people, but I don't think people take me too seriously. So she's going to need to stand up for herself.
My dad bought me a pair of purple boxing gloves when I was about 5 or 6, and he was teaching me how to block, right? And so he's got his hands up, and I put my hands up, and I didn't have them right, and he goes to fix them, and he put his arms down, and I socked him right in the fucking nose. Made his nose bleed.
Good God.
Those boxing gloves my dad still has somewhere. I've seen them in my adult life. I don't know where he's put them now, but they still exist because they still have blood stain on them.
So, but did he take them from you as like memorabilia from a proud moment, or did he take them from you because he's like, this girl's going to break my damn nose?
No, because we continued to practice boxing days after that. But
he just couldn't part with them because he was just proud of you at that time in your life?
I think he was, but he does get confused because he thinks it was my sister.
Oh.
My younger sister. And I was like, no, Dad, that was me.
So most people save the baby shoes, and he's got your baby gloves.
Oh, yeah. He's got my baby boxing gloves. And what's hilarious is they probably would still fit. That's the sad part.
When we were doing sound check, my daughter was sitting here, and she was sitting there, and we were getting levels on the mic. Because I know my daughter. She can be pretty loud, and probably about the loudest she laughs is how loud I would laugh in my show, because I'm aware of microphone distance. I'm aware of, I would laugh like, ha, 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 you know. So I'm aware, I live on the mic, you know, between stand-up and this and radio past and all that stuff. I know Mike. So she said, ha, 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 and then you did it, and you said...
I did it first.
Oh, so you did it first, and then she did it, and you go, how do we sound like exactly the same? I say, probably because you have the same size vocal cords and larynxes, and you go, you're not wrong.
You're not wrong. I'm tiny. I was for a while there, I probably still am. I was like the only person in the whole league that had to wear an extra small adult helmet because I have such a tiny little peanut head.
Well, then that'll bring it full circle. Peanut head, peanuts, peanut head, peanut head. No.
We've killed these peanuts.
But full circle to the helmet. I teased it in the very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about that. We talked about it being one of the clues. So the semicolon, a semicolon like typeset, like, you know, the dot with the comma.
Right.
You having that on your helmet, I knew, so my friend Aaron had Crohn's. I knew about Crohn's, but like I thought about that and I was like, so why the semicolon? Because my nerdy mind is like, what are you pausing for? Like,
right.
what are you waiting on? you know, and you
Right.
go, it's because I have Crohn's, and I go, oh,
Because I've got a semicolon. It's not all there.
So now
But then fast forward, now it's like a mental health, like suicide awareness.
That's true,
symbol
right,
as
right,
well,
right,
too.
right.
So I tried to back off using it as much
Got
for
you.
that, because I mean, not like one problem is more important than the other, but it has started arguments before.
Okay.
And so I just don't use it as much. But purple is the Crohn's disease ribbon. So I do use purple a lot.
There you go. I like that. So
yeah.
that worked out. Look, a full circle.
Do you remember what my original derby name was when I wore that helmet? Do you remember what else was on that helmet?
Well, I remember you being Striker Nerve.
It was before Striker Nerve.
Before Striker Nerve. Let's see.
It was in the era of this helmet. It had 2 mud flap girls on each side, but they were Lilu Dallas from
Futurama.
Fifth Element.
Fifth
oh
Element.
my God. Shame on you.
Well, you said Lilu, and I think in Lilo, sorry.
Lilu Dallas from Fifth Element.
Multipass.
And my derby name was actually Lilu Malice.
Oh, why
But
then?
that was back when Two Evils was actually like, what's the word? We don't use it anymore. Relative. When the Two Evils, the derby registry.
Right.
You had to register your name.
I remember.
And it wasn't taken when I came up with it. And I rode with that name for, I don't know, 6 months when I was reffing. And then someone fucking registered it.
Was it someone that you guys had played? Can you prove that it was stolen?
No.
Because we ride.
Man,
We ride.
I don't even know if you can even access
Lilu
that
Malice
website
is
anymore.
So good.
But like it was like a rule with Lowcountry Highrollers at first. Like you had one person that it was their job. Like you new person comes on, what's your derby name? Okay. Okay, yeah, that one's free. But you're gonna have to spell it with a Y instead of an I. Is that okay?
Ah.
And now no one has used Two Evils in probably 15 years.
That's crazy.
Because
so you didn't decide to go back?
No, because
No,
I
Striker,
have
you're
made
Striker.
I've made investments with $95 jerseys with that name on there.
Yeah.
But funny enough, the reason why I dropped the Nerve, because it's still in my email, it still says Striker Nerve.
Right.
But back before, when I was scrimmaging a lot, because I used to go to other cities and hit up like invitational style events, and you have to bring your own jerseys. Well, I didn't really have jerseys yet when I started traveling and scrimmaging a lot.
Right.
Do you know how many E's come in one pack of iron-on letters? Not very many. Do you know how many is in Striker Nerve? 3.
Right.
I had to buy 2 packs of iron-on letters every time I needed to make it one jersey. And iron-on letters were like, I don't know, $10, $12 at the time.
Before the cry cut machines?
Like for 20, yeah, before I had a cry cut machine. Thanks, Joanne's. I got that on damage for 70% off. It was not damaged.
That's awesome.
Somebody turned it in as damaged. Most of the time it was user error. So it was a perfectly fine cricket that I got for dirt cheap. And he split it with me.
Drop the box on the corner.
Pretty much.
She'd be like, look at this corner. I know what's in there. It's damaged.
Oh, man.
No, I would never do that, but like
I love my
cans.
cricket.
Cricket. Cry cut.
Cry cut. My cry cut, die cut machine.
Die cut, cry cut. See, that's why I think it was cry cut.
And you know what? It still could very well be cry cut. And
no,
we're all
everybody
saying it
says
wrong.
cricket. Everybody says
But that
cricket.
doesn't mean everyone's right.
That's right.
You could very well be right, and I could be wrong. Alexa.
Let's see if we can do it real quick before we leave.
Do it.
Hey, Siri, what is the machine where you can do the vinyl cutouts?
A vinyl cutting machine is a computer-controlled machine.
Thank you.
Cut out designs from my pleasure.
Hey, Siri, what is the most popular selling vinyl cutting machine?
The Cricut is a popular home.
Cricket! Okay.
Cricket.
Well, she could be wrong, too.
Well, she
sometimes
kind of fed.
is.
She's kind of fed the straight dope from the websites and the
She's just going
businesses.
based off of user input.
Oh, is that what it is? So before we get out of here, I like always to ask the guests if they've brought anything for the thing, and you did.
I did. And this kind of hits a few different things. So my brother has a 3D printing business and a laser engraving business.
Oh, nice.
And so he actually did this. It's a tile. And it's one of Ashley's pictures that my brother
That's
took his
so
picture
cool.
and had it laser engraved onto a tile. And he sent me like a whole set of them in different colors.
I do this like whenever we have those things, I kind of show it off
Yeah.
different angles so I can get a good look at. That is so
But
cool.
I did the green one because I did green eyeshadow because, coordination. And I thought it'd be cool to have that because it's got Ashley's picture
Yes.
of me on
Yes. And Ashley.
That's one of my favorite pictures. That's
Ashley going by
so intense.
Flashley. He does photography. And
Flashley Photos.
And he is my he is photographer here on the set this day, and gonna take some pictures of my set without us in it, and like get my, and I'm gonna have him give me some photos for our websites and social media and stuff like that, and
Yeah,
it'll all be
dude.
Flashley Photos. That's right. All right.
Yeah.
I'm hoping what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna skip setting this up right now. I sometimes try and put it on here, but I want to make sure that where I put it, if I have to lean it back, if I have to, that I can
Right.
get the angle that it can be seen at least on a camera angle.
Yeah.
Because I don't want this to just be some kind of dark square back here. And they're
dark
like, what
blob
is
of
that?
tile.
Which, at quick glance, I thought it was you like nuzzling up to a kitten or something. That shadow of the person in the background.
Right.
That faded blurred silhouette of a person in the background looked like you were like face to face with like a cat or something.
I mean, that is also a possibility.
Halloween.
Yeah.
Halloween, a little black cat.
I have 2 black cats.
Do you know?
Yeah.
We had one. His name was Raven.
I have 2, and Caldwell's the younger one. He's the crackhead cat. He knows how to open and turn on an air fryer.
Jesus.
So now we have to leave the air fryer unplugged when not in use. We'll turn it around to face the wall because we've got like the ones with the handle that you pull out, not like the little oven one.
Right.
And he will spin it around. I've yet to see how he spins it back around. I don't know if he's grabbing the cord and spinning it around or what, but he can spin it back around and open it. I did a TikTok and it was 24 hours of me walking by and having to keep closing it.
Now, is he like a fiend for French fries? Like a lot of cats like French
He
fries. So
goes
does
feral for food regardless.
Okay,
we have
so
to
like he'll
lock
pull
him
it
up.
out and then like grab himself something out of it.
Well,
so
we
he's
don't leave anything in it because we know he can open it.
or maybe one time you did, and that just now he's like that's the
That
food
is
place.
probably what happened.
That is the
or it was
food
like a little
drawer.
chicken tender crispy that was left behind.
Right. The little breading,
Yeah.
little breading piece.
And now he thinks anytime it's closed
It's
that
magical.
there's automatically
It's
food
magical.
in it. He's also jumped in the refrigerator, the microwave, and the oven before. He's special.
Maybe he is. You say crackhead, but maybe he was deprived of some oxygen in the birthing process because that sounds a little weird.
I
jumps
think he lived
into-
as a trash cat for approximately 8 months before I got him.
But
now he's like 5.
what if he was like in junkyards and he knew when he crawled in appliances, sometimes he could unearth things.
Maybe.
He
But
was
you
like
think he would have
appliance-
gotten
he was-
used to being fed regularly by now?
Like he was
I don't know.
refuse, appliance trained.
I don't know.
Just at least he wasn't using
The
like
fact
a
that he
stove
figures
or
this,
oven as a litter
he's
box.
too smart. He's too smart for his own good.
So weird but smart. Okay,
Yeah.
so maybe maybe just different.
He's just different.
Plop down is just a different. And what's the other one?
Rosalie, and she had 2 owners before we got her. We, meaning me and Nikki, actually adopted both of these cats together because Nikki Drew Blood, who's also on the team, we lived together for like at least 10 years, a little
wow.
over that.
Okay.
And she actually moved when she got married. She moved out 2 streets over, but we got these cats together, and it's hilarious because we already had the one cat, and we got my dad actually owns my house. And he
Okay.
flipped it, and he's renting it to me. He's a real estate agent as well.
Gotcha.
By Macon. We're out on the boat with my dad, and we got him drunk and did apparently I thought it was only like a 30-minute maybe conversation about why we needed a second cat.
Oh, geez.
And my mom said no. It was like a 2-hour-long conversation. And we talked my dad into letting us get a second cat because, it was written in my lease that we can only have one cat.
So, okay, that's what I was thinking. As you're telling the story, I'm thinking you're bothering him to get you a second cat, but you're like, no, you're bothering him to allow you in the lease to have a second
Correct.
cat. Gotcha.
So I don't void my lease per
Dude,
my
that's
dad.
a shrewd landlord there. Blood related and still that shrewd?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, man.
Oh, we've got an actual paper lease and everything.
You know what you do?
I'm going to type up a new one.
Find those gloves.
Oh, my God.
Come
I
in the
need
room
my
and be
mom
like,
to
I wanna
find
talk
them. They're
about
at their house.
It's like, I want to talk about that lease.
And just like put them like as far as they'll go.
I don't know. You said they might still fit.
I honestly think that they still fit. I need to have my mom find them because I know they're in that house somewhere. I've seen them.
That is so
I've
cool.
seen them since they've lived in the house they're in now.
All
So
right.
they exist in there somewhere.
Haley, I had such a freaking blast hanging out with you.
Of course.
Find her. She's what's your social media handles?
Instagram, I think it's Striker501.
Okay.
And then TikTok, I think it's the same.
I will find out. And it's right here on the screen right now as we speak. It will be correct here, but also Lowcountry Highrollers. As I said, anywhere that you find it, you will find Striker doing some really great promotions, fun stuff. She just has her finger on the pulse of that social media thing. And yeah, so I'm jealous and I'm going to pick her brain a little bit more. I said, I need to take a class. And then she's like, well, let me tell you this. So maybe she can teach me something. But in the meantime, I'm so glad you got a chance to meet her. Please reach out. Also, as we said, for Crohn's, if you know somebody who needs the help, if you know somebody who could use the support, GoFundMe's out there, any kind of fundraisers, please give to that.
For sure.
For sure. And look forward to Flashley Photos. And I think
Lowcountry Highrollers has a game, last game of the season, November 8th coming up.
And this episode is in time, so please consider. I think we should go to that one. You want to go to that one, honey? Because last time I took Bridget, and we just went, but she didn't get a chance to go. We'll be there.
Movember Mania for like No Shave November. Movember.
So
we're all going to be wearing like mustaches and beards. It's going to be great.
I will be there. Deal. So
to.
go to that November 8th at the North Charleston Coliseum. That's the
convention.
The convention center is next to the Coliseum. Go to the convention center. They're there. It's on the parking garage side. And I'll be there too. So please come see Lowcountry Highrollers and hang out with me November 8th.
Heck yeah.
That's awesome. I love being able to plug something timely, because this never works
out.
out.
It works out perfect.
So works out. All right. Well, anyway, we're going to get on out of here. Haley, I'm Ben. And yes, let's cheers our root beers. I can't believe I really like this root beer. And that's it. Take care, guys. We love you. Bye. Hey, everyone. Would you like to be one of those photos you saw in the frame behind me on the show? Or one of these names that is scrolling up the screen right now? Maybe you'd like to listen to a weekly bonus podcast with me and my daughter, or another weekly bonus podcast with my wife and I. Well, you'll find all of this and more at patreon.com/Snackin Yakkin. Memberships start at just $5, and every penny helps all of these shows go, go, go. So thank you in advance for your support. And now, click one of these 2 videos here, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, because we are so far from done doing some